Wow, look at that.
Look at that. Who was that sexy beast running around the screen there?
Wow, good
You
to
know, I
be here, man. This is awesome. Thanks for having me tonight, T. Brian.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, we are live again, y'all. Who we got over here? We got old Patrick Seven, of course, in there. Loki's mom. We got Deanna. We got Battle Gnome. We got all y'all awesome people out there in social media world. Thanks for joining us tonight. Of course, it's another Mountain Readiness Monday. I'm your host T, coming at you from the Appalachian Mountains. And lo and behold, we have our guy down here below. He's been kind of MIA, but he's back in the saddle. The infamous Triple G, Brian
Sorry,
Loftus.
guys.
What you been doing, bro?
Man, just working my tail off. My dad's got some health issues too, so I've been running over there a lot. So family and work, man. That's all I do.
Hey man, family's important. You got to take care of family. You got to make sure that the father is doing good and all that kind of stuff. It's a have to. There's Larry Dahl. What's going on, Larry? Broken Spokes Production, the man behind the curtain, but not tonight because he's out there lollygagging, drinking, partying, having a good time, whatever it is that Russ is doing. He's in the comments. Pete. Look
Wow.
at that.
In the comments, just not backstage,
in the
I
comments,
guess.
just not backstage. You know how it be. You know how it be right there. But this dude over here, the big tooch, Pete Robertucci, with us tonight. Glad that you could join us again, man. As always, it's a pleasure and great to hang out with you and have you as part of the Mountain Readiness community, as well as the Eden Army community and all these communities combined that we've merged together. So
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, it's like we always say, right? It's a tribe. We've got the Angry Nation. We got the Mountain Readiness community. We've got the Eden Army, and we're all kind of intermingled within each other. It's a great family. I got to tell you, it's good to be a part of it. To be honest with you.
Intermingled, like bastardized. Only the nice way of saying bastardized.
I wasn't going to say that, but our family tree is straight up and down for the most part.
That's it. Family tree is a telephone pole. Pow. That's how it is. But let's so remember, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. For Pete as well. We'll put his stuff up here. And cover up part of Brian's face, but then we'll take it back down and we'll just put it up now and again that way. Because I mean, the last thing I want to do is cover up a pretty face on this live stream, because we got Pete, and then we got Brian. Like we got the twins here. If I can get Pete to wear sexy pants, man, it'd be on like you do, Brian. If I can get those bedazzled pants that you wear on Pete. Problem solved, man.
Well,
Killing it.
the good thing about the podcast is you can only see me from here down. So, and I'm not wearing any pants right now. So there you go. That's my MO right there.
I mean, I started my OnlyForms. That was one of my last videos I put out there. Is you guys can subscribe to that too if you're into that no pants thing. So let's talk about what else we got here. That's not happening anymore. Where's all my stuff? Mountain Readiness Fallout. Look here, guys. Is coming up. Hit them tickets. Let me tell you right now, the RV camping is almost nothing left, y'all. You got the corral. Half of it's gone. So if you got an RV or you're going to park an RV somewhere in there, make sure to get on mountainreadiness.com, go to the camping and get your spot. And if you're tent camping, all that stuff, man, just call Casey, pay for it at the end. But if you're going to park an RV, man, you need to get your spot because it is very limited and it's over halfway gone there. Remember, too, to get your tickets to Fallout. We've got a whole bunch of classes that we have not done yet with some new instructors. We've got some guys from Team 1 who are going to be coming out and doing some tactical stuff. We're going to be doing Homestead CQB at Fallout. We're going to be doing Homestead small team tactics. All right, so 4 or 5 people at a time. We'll go out as a big group, but we're actually going to take 4 or 5 of you. You'll be running and moving as a team, actually doing the stuff, because team movement is a big deal when you're talking about Homestead and everything going sideways. When you build that community up, one man can't do it all. The lone wolf doesn't survive. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a bunch of ropes and knot work. That's another class we haven't done for a while, which is super important. Like, you know, knots and lashing on the homestead. And if you're out and about, it's a thing. Bunch of great class. Also, we have Joe Dolio, Tactical Wisdom, is going to be doing some classes for us. His book's right there. Boom, right there. This man will be joining us for the first time this October, and I'm sure he'll be rolling many more to come, because we're going to be working together doing some stuff, and in the future, and who knows where that might lead. We'll also tell you that October of next year, keep it on your calendar, guys, because it's going to be off the hook. It's going to be insane. We've got all kinds of cool stuff coming at you. Next May is going to be awesome too. Next October is going to be awesomer, because that is a word, because this is my live and I can say whatever I want to. What else do we got going on here? Let's take that off there. And because he's here, let's just throw it up there for the best gear that you can get. Best prices, best customer service right there. Survivalgear.us.
Well,
Survival Gear BSO, because you ain't got enough business, man. You're sleeping like 2 or 3 hours a night, aren't you?
I've recently been getting a little bit more, but yeah, it's been kind of crazy. And everywhere I go, if I go from here to the gas station, I have to take the laptop with me. Everywhere I go.
Yep. Well, then, that's too much sleep. So there you go, guys. Make sure this guy is not sleeping and getting lazy. Keep him rolling and check him out if you need.
That's a great book, by the way. You just put up there, that pace planning. That one just came out. That link you put up there.
Tactical Wit with Joe Dolio.
No, the link you just had down there.
Survivalgear.us.
That was for pace planning. Yeah, pace planning.
Oh. Who does that book? Who writes that? Who wrote that book?
That is Jesse Wilbur with the Survival Summit. So Survival Summit does all sorts of training films, a ton of different training films. They've done a couple with, got them connected with EJ Snyder, and they produce a couple with EJ.
Speaking of survival, we have an instructor coming from Colorado from the Survival University that will be here with us in October as well, teaching traps and tracking using, we're actually going to be snare, traps, the whole bit. Adam,
who's that?
Adam
Who's
Watson.
Coming from TSU?
Adam Watson.
Oh, Adam Watson. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I spoke with him over the phone a couple times. Cool dude.
Yep. Very cool dude. Done a bunch of stuff, studied over in Africa, South America, abroad, doing a lot of contracting type stuff. He reached out to me. We hit it off. And I was like, shoot, yeah, let's, why don't you come down? So, guys, if you think it's going to be the same old, from here on out, ain't no such thing. Like, we taking it to the top. It's going to be all new, better. We have the old, which is still cool, but they're doing new classes, and we got new that's being introduced. So, if you think you're not going to get something out of this, you will get something out of this. So, Eden Armor Podcast, let's see, goat milk soap again. Miss Tooch is asking,
are they doing goat milk soup? My wife wants to know.
We're talking about the soap making class?
Soap, yes.
Or selling soap. I don't know if we're going to do I don't think we're going to do the soap making class. Here's what happened is Amber did the soap making class. I kept her money. All right?
Oh, yeah.
That's how it went down. And she was like, I'm never doing that class again. I'm like, no, you're going to do it again. And I'm going to keep your money again. But nevertheless, you got to pay the piper, because she also, she vends and stuff. Not what are we talking about? Not Eustace. What are you talking about? I have no idea what my wife's talking about. She's just running that mouth now at this point. So, we'll see. We may. I know we're supposed to actually be doing that kombucha class. I got to reach back out to the Shankles because, of course, they missed last time because all kinds of misfortune. And they tried everything. So they're supposed to be coming back. We'll have the leather make and take class with that they do for the kids. And then Jess is supposed to be doing that kombucha class. And I think there was essential oils class that people had signed up for. So we're going to shoot for that again. Adam is actually going to do a going to do a Sunday afternoon after we wrap up an in-depth trapping class to really get everybody deep diving into it. So we're going to have some classes outside of the event as well, like we always do. No, I haven't posted them yet. Working on it to get it all up this week. I've been typing away, doing, all this social media crap that sucks, but we'll get there. We'll get there very soon. It's my fault. It's always my fault. I'll take the responsibility. That's the kind of guy I am. So let's go through these comments here. Too much information. It is. Let's see here. Pants off dance. That's on you, Pete. Do you want to jump up and do the thing, or what?
No. We'll wait.
Off, dance off.
Yeah, no, we'll wait a couple minutes for that one. We'll wait. Let's get some content in before YouTube boots us off. All right.
Mm-hmm. Battle Gnome too. Like if you did the pants off, dance off, I don't even know if this camera tilts that low to the ground. I don't even know. I don't know if that actually if I could even get it down there. So, let's see. Dibs on the ditch. Let's see. Pay my spot if they would answer the phone or call back. Battle Gnome, I will check with Casey and see what's going on to make sure why he hasn't answered the phone. I know he's been out of town. That could be part of it, which that's no excuse. I'll get with him. And my wife's sad. She didn't win the Soil Saviors package. Sorry, babe. I wish you could have, but we'll. Now I end up buying one. That's what that means. That means that I'm going to actually have to buy that kit now. That hurts my heart more than it hurts hers. I'll tell you that right now. SHTF Hunter, what you got? Friday, be there Friday. Try to come and help. Hey man, every bit counts. Every bit is appreciated. If you can, you can. If you can't, that's cool too. So, what else we got through here, man? They're excited tonight. They're excited tonight. They're blowing it up. Will is tent camping. Good on you. I will be sleeping in the back of my truck, as always. Actually, though, I will not be crawling in that truck 3 sheets to the wind and then fall back out of it like last May, because that sucked.
Oh, what a great story that was, man! I'm sorry I missed that.
Great story. I've got the video. No one knows about.
You got the video of me falling out of the back of the truck at 3:30 in the morning?
Yep.
No, you don't. No. There ain't no way. I guarantee you were passed out yourself.
Oh, that's way past my bedtime. Way past my bedtime.
I mean, I could hear. Dude, it was horrible. You know what I'll do? I'll put a camera on the back of my truck again myself. Like I'll record myself doing it, and then I share it. There's no shame in my game, man. If I do something stupid, go ahead, throw that on out there. Because at any given time, I would do something completely stupid. And that was it. Like, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning with like Garth Brooks singing, and the thunder rolls and it rains falling down. I'm like, I'm about to piss my pants. And so when I scooted out the back of that 8-foot tall truck, dude, it was just kept on going right down into the mud, the water, just rain all over me. And then threw up all over myself. But the upside is that the rain washed all the puke off. So then all I had to do was just strip down to the buck and jump back in the truck, get some more clothes, and then change in the back of the truck while I'm still, completely inebriated. It was horrible. But that's why I tell on myself, I deserve it. I deserve every single bit of it, man.
Well, you got it out of your system, so that's it. That's the one time it's done.
Let's see here. Patrick says, Joe D has some good stuff. Good friend. Yes, I'm looking forward to meeting Joe finally. I have not met Joe, but I know him and Matt, NC Scout, are good dudes, and they do some phenomenal stuff together. So looking forward to it. We are also, guys, in 2027, we're already talking about shows in 2027 that may not be within the state of North Carolina. So we may be coming to a state near you. We're working on it. We'll see how it goes.
Interesting.
Yeah, Patrick, nobody wants to see your underwear, but Patrick will be here in the flesh, no pun intended, come October for the first time to hang out with us. So what else we have? I don't know what this is. What's my wife saying? Be cooler if it was Tom from Mountain Men. Like, whatever. Tom is cool. You guys ever watch Mountain Men, the show? Eustace Conway, and all them dudes. Like, Tom is the old dude that fleshes, does the leather work. Like, I love that dude. I would totally like to have Tom come and hang out because he was an actual cowboy, bronc busting the whole bit, Montana, carved his way out of the side of the hillside, him and his wife. Awesome dude. Love to have him. Eustace Conway, I say it on live. I don't care. Not impressed. Not impressed at all.
You know what does impress me though, T, is that picture of you that Amber has in her profile picture there.
Which one is it?
It was you.
Yeah,
we were looking sharp, brother. Dinner.
You see that? I got my little ponytail thing going on. There is. It's back here. It's starting to grow back out everywhere.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like, if you would get on social media now and again, Pete, you would have seen my video where I do the whole Baywatch wet hair flinging thing. You haven't seen that, have you?
No, I have not.
You haven't seen that. You need to go to Facebook and you need to go to the video about compost. They're all a minute long. I've been doing these 1 minute, type videos about, this one's about making compost. And there's some, that was where I introduced, like I let everybody know that I'd started a OnlyFarms. That was on that video right there.
Yes.
To get my $1.99 a subscription.
Now I did see some videos where you have a special creature running around the property there. A turkey, it might be a turkey, maybe. I saw you doing some cheese stuff with the turkey on top of a compost pile or hay bale or something.
Yeah, Yama-stay, man. Like I was deep meditation is what that was.
Yeah, I would snap.
That's my turkey. Yeah, that's getting in touch with
yoga.
Yeah, that's my turkey yoga. Like people have goat yoga where the goats walk on them and all that kind of shit. Yeah. Well, this is turkey yoga. Same concept. Just you get shit on a whole lot more with turkeys than you do goats. I can tell you, it's hard. It's a lot harder to clean yourself up afterwards. So I've lost like I looked up here and like half the people are already gone from viewing. They're like, I'm out.
Well, they think we're going to talk about drinking our own urine again. I promise we're not going to do that tonight.
Yeah, no, we're leaving that part out because we've already established that the GeoPress can't do it.
Yeah, again, so
like you're still catching all the nastiness, so there's no point of even talking back into that. So Big Pimpin' T, yeah, I don't know what that's about either, but I'll take it. Like, why not? Homesteading ain't easy. So, man, there is tons of comments over here. I can't even keep up. Like everybody's just, man. Like if you guys have a question, let's see here. T, there's a tactical supply store in Boone that is interested in having a booth. I sent them your info. Right on. Good on you. Appreciate it, Will. Yeah, if they want to come and do their thing, by all means, we have the room. Let's see here. What did look like? Yeti streaking across the campground. Yeah, that was probably when I was drunk. I don't know. It was a rough night, dude. It was really a rough night. See, profile pic reminds me of a hoity-toity picture of Chris. Yeah. Pip, Chris does, like, I got $100. Now, I'm not, and I will say this to Chris's face, too, but I'm pretty sure that Chris's beard, he flat ironed that thing in that picture. Like, it's perfect. And now and again, I will put the flat iron to my beard. Like, that thing makes it look like a mane. I'm not even kidding. It makes it look sexy.
Yeah, I got a flat iron mine. It's getting kind of scruffy here a little bit.
That thing, yeah, it's in it looked like a chia pet on your face, man. Like, get that stuff straightened up. So, okay, love, what's going on? Good to see you on here. One of our awesome folks of the community who's always there. Let's get into some chit chat, man. What have you been up to, Pete? You've been up in the North Woods, just riding away, working on the Birchwood Burning Deuce, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is the second one. There's book one in the background. How's that going?
It's going good. I mean, I hope to have that done by the end of this month. We're definitely going to have hard copies for Fallout, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, that's the one that I'm actually going through a publisher with, so I'm kind of taking my time, getting it right, and that way there's less edits they have to deal with. So we are definitely going to have that by Fallout. So looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Christy, that's a good point. Flat irons for Mylar bags. Absolutely.
It works. And there is my good friend from Permapastures Farms, Billy Bond. Of course, if any of you guys have not checked out Permapastures Farm, like, this is my idol. I religiously watch Billy's channel because you learn so much from this guy. Actually even inspired my Only Farms composting video. Not the Only Farms part, but the composting part. So thanks for jumping in here, Billy, for a second. If you're still here, I appreciate you, brother. Billy and I are working together in 2026. We're working on all this stuff that's coming up. Like I said, it's going to be off the hook, and anything that Billy touches turns to gold. So I'm not even worried about it. It's going to be golden. It's going to be awesome. Can't freaking wait. And yep, hello to Billy Bond. Oh man, you run into him over there at Ingalls. He was out shopping around. So out there about. I didn't even think he left the property. So I will tell you guys that Billy hooked me up with some honey, and holy cow, man. I guess the best honey. I don't know if are you guys honey fans?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'll try to see if I can save some of this so you can have a taste. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I love honey. I eat honey all the time. This is the absolute best honey I've ever had in my entire life. He is that freaking good. It's just that, I don't know. I asked him, I said, what'd you do, man? And he's like, nothing. I just let them do their own thing. Like, he even puts his chickens in. Now, y'all see if anyone out here has ever heard of this. I guess this was a thing. So honeybees can have all kinds of issues with mites and stuff that get into the hive, and they kill the hive off, right?
Sure.
They'll take them out. And people are always spraying them down with tons of chemicals, all kinds of garbage to kill the mites. And in the process, it affects the bees. It affects how they produce honey, because you're not doing stuff like nature was supposed to do. Billy throws his chickens in with the honeybees. The chickens will not eat the bees, and the bees will not attack the chickens. The chickens will not even eat a dead honeybee. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but it's weird the way, I mean, look, it's a symbiosis kind of thing, right? Everybody knows how the world turns, and it's kind of amazing how God created this whole thing.
We always trying to screw up what doesn't need fixing. And that was something I did in a little video of the honey, is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We try. It's like planting in straight rows. Like, who thought of that? That was for big farm. That's it. That was big farming, feed the world. It had nothing to do with what we're supposed to be doing, which is the 7 layers of permaculture, the 7 layers of the forest. And, where you have a tree, and that tree, then you have climbing vines, and you have ground covering like strawberries, and you have blueberry bushes that fix nitrogen in the soil, and they all symbiotic work together like you're talking about. We get away from all this stuff, and we just want to plant in straight rows, and, here's 500 acres of corn that we have to genetically modify in order to keep it alive and impregnate it through Monsanto with a whole bunch of pesticides. And then we in turn get to eat all that crap. So I thought it was really cool talking with Billy how he's been working with his bees. And he said his bees are healthy, 0 problems, no mites, no issues, none of it. They didn't take off. He hasn't lost any of the swarms. Everybody's doing awesome. And the only thing he did was absolutely nothing. Put birds in to take out the bad bugs that hurt the bees. I was mind blown. I was like, simple, effective.
Yeah, and what's funny to me about honey is, being a Florida boy, when I came up here to the North Woods, I got a quart of honey from a friend of mine, and I'm used to the orange blossom honey, right? So you get the little citrus notes, and it's amazing. You can taste the environment through the honey, depending on where you're at. So it's I don't know. I'm weird. It's fascinating to me that kind of thing goes on. It's just amazing.
And it's great for allergies. Local stuff for allergies. Yeah. Like my allergies, they're horrific. They're really bad. And I got this little old guy down the street here, a mile or two down the road, and that's what he does. His retirement. He's a beekeeper. So I try to go down there from time to time, get some honey whenever he's got some fresh for the season. Take a little bit of that, a couple days a week. Helps fight off, the runny nose and the itchy eyes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. No, and that's a fact. Here's something. I mean, most people know this, but honey does not have a shelf life.
Correct.
Absolutely zero. They have pulled jars of honey that is still edible. Now, of course, you have to reconstitute. You heat it, melt it, because it will crystallize. But out of the pyramids, they have pulled vessels of honey that is over 2,000 years old that is still edible. Like, to me, that's mind blowing. That's next level. And you have all these people that are like, nah, don't eat honey. Fructose, do this, do that. Because it raises. Honey is one of the only sweeteners that does not affect your glucose levels. Like, now there is a certain point to, if you're a bad diabetic, I'm sure you can't just, swallow down a whole bunch of honey. But man, if it was good enough for John the Baptist and the children of Israel were brought through Egypt to the land of milk and honey, guess what? I'm going to eat honey. It's just the way it is.
Exactly. There you go.
So, I love honey. I think that it's like the perfect food. Anything that lasts 2,000 years, that's perfection. Like that, there's no other way to put it. That's perfection.
Yeah. That's kind of prophetic, isn't it? That's interesting.
Yeah. Good stuff. But, let's see, honey, said, let's put some of this delicious stuff and put it on a bad one. Yes. Good for the skin, good for cuts. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It's like basically everything good. What's so Patrick? T, I was reading some of the honey found from ancient Eve was still good. Also had hallucinogenics in it. They use it right on. Now there's a whole nother twist to it.
Yeah, if that doesn't make you a honey fan, I don't know what the hell to tell you there, folks.
Ain't nothing like having some honeycombs with a twist.
Lady of Fire over on kick.com says raw honey is good for allergies, diabetes, and good for skin health.
Sweet.
There you go.
Yes. I tell you that honey I got from Billy, like the flavor of that stuff. Like, I kid you not, I've never had honey. I can't believe how good it is. I keep saying it. And people are like, come on, man, it's just honey. You don't understand. No. Like, when you get something that good and that pure, like, what he's doing is the way it's intended to be done. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So,
good stuff.
If only honey wasn't so sticky. You're eating it wrong. Quit putting it all over your body. All right. Had to throw that in there. I'm just joking. If you want to put it all over your body, you guys, behind closed doors, you do whatever you want to. So, but what else is new, man? Pete, you so you're up in Pennsylvania, the cold country.
Wisconsin. All right.
Wisconsin. That's right. Pennsylvania is Brian.
We're almost up in Canada for all intents and purposes. So we come up here for the last 3 or 4 summers, get a lot of writing done. I disconnect from everything, up until this year, I didn't have an internet out here. So it was really great. No cell service. I disconnect. I get a book or 2 done. And, we're able to do, now that we do have internet, we're able to do our Thursday night podcast from here. So it's a relaxing thing for me. And it's kind of reboots the system, T, right? That's what we need to do every now and then.
Absolutely. How many acres do you have up there?
We got 40 up here. We're just outside of town. The closest town has 400 people in it. I spent 3 weeks up here last year by myself, and I kid you not, I did not talk to a single human being. It was just me and my dogs, and it was probably one of the best 3 weeks of my entire life. Now, of course, I did miss my wife and my child, of course, Brianna, and Melissa, but No, there's something to be said for kind of just getting that reset that we all need. It is the liberal North. Well, if you're outside of Madison and Milwaukee, let me tell you what, it's as red as any place in this world, my friend. I promise you that.
That's it. It just depends on what part of the North. I agree with that. Now, Canada, is there anything that's not liberal? I think most of Canada is liberal.
Yeah, no, they can have that. I have no desire to go across that border. I could care less. So
let's talk about that. What happened? What's going on with these tariffs? Because I don't keep up on anything, Pete. I rely on like you and Chris and Matt and all you guys to actually keep up on this, so I can just jump over there on X or whatever and be like, oh, okay, here's what's going on in the world. Because I just don't.
Yeah, so let's catch you up. So Trump was going to enact all these tariffs, right? It's going to drive the cost of everything up. The stock market's going to crash. The rest of the world's going to hate us. To give you an idea, last year at this time, the average tariffs we got from other countries was 2%. Just came out today, average tariffs now, we are bringing in 18%, and we're not seeing that much of a cost increase in the stock market. S&P and everything else is going through the roof. So I'm not a huge Trump fan. I think the guy's a buffoon. I think he's a typical if anybody's watching, you're from New York, don't take this the wrong way. I think he's a typical New York City businessman. And but look, his policies, guys, are good for the average person, whether you like it or not, whether somebody like him picked on you in high school and now you just hate the guy. His policies are for us. And, he's proven that every day with every EO and with every action. He's playing 4D chess while the Democrats are failing to find a leadership. So that's where I'm at with the tariffs. They're working.
All right. What is your property taxes doing? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I know that's state by state and all that kind of stuff, but man, I got killed. This year on the property tax thing. Like, I just got, the bill in the mail, and I'm not even kidding you, like thousands of dollars. Like that's what I'm owing every year. My property doubled. What happened to you guys on your
Well, I can tell you down in Florida, they are killing us in property taxes. Up here, it's not bad at all. Up in Wisconsin, the Northwoods of Wisconsin, but down in Florida, it's ridiculous. But we've got this governor in Florida. His name is Ron DeSantis, and he is trying to push no property taxes for people down there that own homes. And if that goes through, I'm telling you, that would be huge. Because, I mean, I've been fortunate. I bought my house, the 10 acres down there a long, long time ago. And I've been fortunate enough to have it paid off. So to actually own something free and clear and not have to worry about the government taking their little piece of the pie, that would be huge. And in my opinion, taxation on the American people, I'm not talking about tariffs, taxation on the American people, it's theft. It's thievery from our government.
Illegal theft. You can own nothing. That's why I'll be surprised. Like if Florida can actually pull that off, like good on them. I don't think anyone else will follow suit. Like no. I'd be surprised, but and I think it would probably end up short-lived. Whoever got in next, it probably end up disappearing. If I'm not mistaken, Louisiana was a state that used to not have property taxes years and years ago. And of course that changed. Now every single state in the United States, you have property taxes. Because why? Because we're still living under British rule. And if you have to pay property taxes, then you can never own property. Right? Exactly.
And sooner or later, the government can come take it from you. And it kind of blows my mind. This country went so long without taking any income tax from people, without taking any property taxes. We solely lived on importing tariffs from other countries. That's how we paid the bills in this country. But our government has a spending problem.
Yes.
This is why getting rid of income tax and property tax will probably never happen in most of the United States.
I don't think it is. And property tax especially, because I tell you, I think the strategy here of these communist elitists that run everything, Let's see. Am I still live? Yep, still live to Facebook and YouTube. Amazing. I'm just not that popular. That's what it is. Like, yeah, who cares? I got enough people.
That's how I slide by too.
But you know, if you keep raising that tax, if you keep raising that property tax, I'm not, you know, people aren't making any more money. Like, they're not making more money. They're making about the same when you, and then you throw on all these taxes. But if we always have property taxes, at a certain point, they're going to get so expensive, then the day will come where you can't afford to pay the property tax.
Sure.
And then what? Well, the king takes that back. You got to
Exactly.
pay the king.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think that's where we're heading. The sad part is that, you know, a few hundred years ago, we were throwing tea in the harbor at this point, like years ago. Like, we're way above that tier.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. And it's everything. I mean, your money is taxed 10 or 15 times by the time you die. It's ridiculous. You have capital gains tax. So let's say you're fiscally responsible and you put the money away and you save it. And then you decide, okay, now I need to sell that stock or sell this. Then they hit you with a capital gains tax. It's ridiculous. And you're right. We fought a war and gained our independence off a 2 or 3% tax on freaking tea. And now they're taxing us everywhere we look. It's ridiculous.
Well, hell, they just tried to tax us for unrealized gains.
Wow.
They want to tax the American people for unrealized gains. We're going to tax you on money that you didn't even make yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that work?
Dude, that blew that Brian, that got me fired up when they were trying to push that. I'll tell you right now, boy.
I seen Pete's cheeks turn blood red there, like instantly when you said that. You hit the switch, man. Good job. You hit the switch. I seen it. Like them rosy cheeks.
Look, I was looking for a tall tower with a good view from a mile away. Well, I won't say anymore. Ditch Doc said he just finished the first book. Which one, Ditch Doc? Of the Eden series or the North of Eden series?
Let him get back with us on that up there. Once a tax is implemented, they are never removed. You're right. And here's the thing is nothing has ever been removed, I don't think. I mean, we are living under the same British rule, the same king. We're doing the same stuff. It was just hidden. It was just given. It was fed to us on a different platter. Like, but it's the same crap. Like, we're eating the same crap. It was just on a prettier platter.
And I'll tell you how silly the American people are. And we'll talk about suppressors and stuff like that. They take away the tax stamp, a $200 tax stamp on a suppressor, and we act like we got a win. We act like we did something on something that should never be registered, that we shouldn't have to ask permission for, but we don't have to pay the $200. So now we're all happy. No, we're not happy. The Second Amendment's pretty cut and dry, guys. It says shall not be infringed upon. Shall is a legal term. That means no, not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Yeah. And on top of that, like when you take, like every other country, you can just buy a suppressor right over the counter. Like, it ain't no big deal. It's just a normal thing. And it's not a firearm, right? It's not. It's just a little tube. And for any of y'all that do not own suppressors, I have a tax stamp. I have one. Guess what? It ain't that quiet. No, I just don't have to wear hearing protection and blow my eardrums out. That's it.
Yes.
You still hear that thing.
Yeah.
So it's a joke in itself. It once again, it's just good old government overreach.
Yeah, I agree. Ditch Doc said he read the first of the Eden series. I hope you liked it, brother. That was the first one I ever put out. So that was an interesting write for me because I wasn't a writer at the time. So they progressively get better and better. And then my best written book would be the Birchwood Burning Book. And those are all available. They're available on all the formats. So if you don't like to read, I don't like to read. But I do like to listen to books. So I finally got them all on that Audible thing. So you can find them on Amazon, Audible, Kindle, or scan that QR code and get all of our social media and everything in the world that Russ taught me to put up there. And you can find everything about me. Man.
That's it. Why ain't you got that TikTok yet?
I got banned.
You got banned off TikTok, did you?
Permanently banned, yeah.
What'd you do?
You can't get it from something else. You can't start another.
I mean, I could backdoor it in. I got another account that I could probably backdoor it in, but they made me so angry. I called a liberal a retard once, And then everything they sent me notices saying don't call liberals retards. It's insensitive. So then I continued. I did little clips like you were doing, 15-second clips where I just said liberals are retards, and now I'm banned.
Oh, you were asking for it there, Peter.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And I don't look. This is my opinion only. This has no reflection on Mountain Readiness or the guests here tonight. This is Pete Robertucci's opinion. So, yeah.
The opinions formed by our guest, Pete Robertucci, is his and only his.
Wow.
Let's see. I'm not a reader, but it did 400 pages in a day. Good grief, man. Like, that's a long time on the toilet, bro. Like, that's a long time sitting on the toilet.
Wow. I'm glad. That's awesome.
Man, if I could get 400 pages a week down, I'd be doing good.
It only took me a year and a half to write it. So I love when people say they read it in a day or 4. The record right now is 4 hours. Cat Rev.
The Rev has spoken. So speaking of liberals, now I've showed this video earlier, and I want to throw this out here, guys, because I think the liberal left they're cracking up. Like, I don't know what the deal is. And you guys saw this video. Like, if anybody out there, have you seen the new Will Smith rapping video? Like, I had to download this because, look, I've seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, this is a story all about how my life, like, I've been there, right? And there was some funny stuff, Bad Boys and, going to Miami. He had some tunes that was kind of catchy. Not that I'm into it, but the dude's lost his mind. And I think it's across the board. Like, all these Hollywood stars, like, maybe the baby blood is not as readily available. Maybe they're not getting that intake of stuff that they need. They're starting to really go off the deep end. But I'm going to throw this thing up here for everybody to see here. Let me pull it up here. If you have not seen this video, let's pull it up here because it is just that freaking insane. And so this is Will Smith, and it's supposed to be legit. This is his comeback video since, slapping Chris Rock in the face, which that was a whole stage thing too. I hope this is staged. That's what I'm saying here. I hope this is
wipe the floor with these boys. People ask me how I do it. I just bite off more than I can chew. Then I chew it. Yeah, y'all jokers thought I blew it. I pulled the pin out the grenade on purpose when I threw it. And even though I'm an action star, sometimes I'ma act bizarre. Cause I'm an artist at heart. I'm not just an actor, y'all. This is the bounce back. Watch Will, y'all. This is the bounce back. Here come the bounce back.
Rah, rah.
Raw, this is the bounce back. Raw. What in the hell has happened to these people?
I think you're right. I think they took away all the little children. I think since Trump is in office now, they got rid of all the little children. They can't drink the baby's blood like you were talking about, and now their chemistry is all screwed up. And not to mention, I can't.
Did you, like, how can you sit there as a 60-year-old man and be okay with that? Like, yeah. I hope there's something up. Look what we got in the house. We got Emery and Byron up in the house. There is the dudes. Those are the two. My men. When I grow up, I want to be like Emery and Byron. Well, and Pete too. Like those three guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you got to see that video. Weigh in on that because, wow. Yeah. Baby blood must be getting hard to come by. Could be the tariffs.
But yeah, they're not able to bring them across the border anymore. So this is problematic for them.
But Will brought up a good point.
Down.
Will brought up a good point.
Let me find him.
He's a little bit further back there. The distraction with whatever that actress's name is in the Gene commercial now, and they're making a big stink out of it. And they're saying, "Oh, it's promoting. You're basically Nazis." It's like when they get bored, they just call people Nazis.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing, right? You're either a homophobe, you're a Nazi, you're a white supremacist. When they don't have an argument and they can't rebut anything you're saying to them, you're racist, you're a Nazi, you're a homophobe, you're buff. anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's still, I can't believe, and we were talking about this earlier. Let's see. Byron said, I don't want to. What are you talking about, Byron? What are we talking about here? You don't want to do what? Oh, weigh in on the video. I think that's what he's saying. It's bad. It's bad. Something's wrong with these people. They're cracking up. They're losing their minds, even worse than what they were before. Like, it's just, what's even happened to a lot of these stars? Like, whatever happened to old Forrest Gump guy? Like, where'd he go? Like, he disappeared off face the earth. Is he still gone out of the country?
Well, no, I think he might be back. This is completely speculation. I think he might be tied into that Jeffrey E. guy's. And I don't know that for sure, but there was, when that first came out, he immediately left the country, and now you ain't heard anything from him. So I think there's going to be a lot to be said once those files end up getting released.
Do you think they're actually, and we talked about this as well, like,
Just
you
gonna
know,
ask
they're
you the
saying
same
that
thing.
Trump, they're saying that Trump is in these files. What's your take on that, Pete?
No, there's no chance. Look, the Democrats would have burned this country down the last 5 years if Trump's name was in it. They would have made that man, look, they tried to kill him. Okay. Do you think they wouldn't release the Epstein files if there was anything incriminating about him in it? Of course, they wouldn't have. They would have released it right away. So yes, was he mentioned in it? It's already been out there. Yes, he was mentioned, but nothing incriminating about that. And I think he will release the files, and I think he's going to wait till after midterms.
I can't wait. I'm just going to be honest. I want to see that so bad. Which it isn't going to matter. Like, that's the sad part here. Like, this is what really just burns my ass, is every time we come out with some big old news breaking, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, because we live in a world that the good guys play by the rules. That's the problem. Like, the good guys play by the rules. Like, right now, they're like, oh, we're going to get those Epstein, but we're going to release them, and JFK file, and we're going to do it legally, and we're going to do. Doesn't matter. Nobody else plays by the rules.
No, and
in
you
the
never
entire world.
No, you never hear about it. We're going through the biggest political scandal of our lifetimes right now with this Russiagate stuff. We're talking about a political party that basically tried to burn down the democratic process, right? They tried to burn it down. It's been found. The files are out. Obama led the entire insurrection, and media is not talking about it. This is the biggest scandal of our lifetime. The media is not talking about. So if you never talk about it, T, it never happened, right? That's the way it
never
works.
happened. What's her name? That is coming out with all that. I can't remember her name. Who is it? The girl that came out with all this stuff about Obama and that she's going. What's going on with it? Like you said, there's nothing being said anywhere in the media about anything. Even though that the former president of the United States, that's treason, isn't it? Wouldn't that be called treason?
I would certainly think so. So here's the deal. If you're not familiar with it, Hillary Clinton, when she was running for president, the Democratic National Party came out with this dossier, and it was called the Steele dossier. They paid for it, and then from that dossier, the FBI and the CIA came up with all of this speculation on how Russia was colluding with Trump to overthrow the government, to overthrow the election process. But come to find out, no, it wasn't the case. Everybody knew it was a fake dossier, that all the intelligence from that dossier was made up, and it was paid for by the Democratic National Party. Okay, right. So. And what happened, and this is where the weaponization of the DOJ and the FBI came into play. They all knew that. They knew it, but they didn't investigate it. They just let Hillary Clinton and that campaign run with it. And now come to find out that as of yesterday, Obama's signature is on the go-ahead for all of it. So that is an insurrection. That's insurrection.
That's 100%, and I'm going to go with treason on that as well.
I'm with you. I'm 100. Look, I would say that we read the article, the laws on treason, and that punishment for that should be enacted right now in front of the White House. Just saying.
Yep. On the lawn, like
On
it's
the-
been
on the
done
lawn.
right on the front lawn, like they did it in the good old days.
Yep.
I'm there. It's nuts. But once again, it just seems like, man, I get up when I start thinking about all this stuff. This is another reason that I hardly watch the news anymore. And I try not to even get into I know international politics and things that are going on in the world are important, but at the same time, it's so depressing to see the exact same thing happen over and over and over again.
Yep.
And you're like, yeah, finally some justice. Not just kidding. We're done
Yeah,
talking about
exactly.
that. That's not going to happen. Sorry,
Patrick
you played by
said it
the
right.
rules.
Yeah.
Patrick,
Well-
unfortunately, I don't think there's ever going to be any high-profile arrests. He's right. There's too much
No.
money. There's too much power. There's too much dirt people have on one another in DC.
Yeah, some low level flunky will take the hit for it, and they'll say justice has been served. No, it hasn't. We want to see congressmen and women pulled out of the Capitol building in handcuffs. It's just the way it is. But getting back to the political, especially the geopolitical stuff, I think, my podcast on Thursday night, we dive into that kind of stuff a lot because I think it affects preparedness. And I think it affects it, maybe not for the reason that most people think. I think if you just aren't in the know and you're not paying attention to it, you'll start to freak out when you hear these little blurbs, and they're coming from usually the leftist arm of the media, right? The MSNBC, the CNN, and stuff like that. So then you freak out, right? But you have to take everything in totality, take the whole climate, and then when something happens like this, you say, okay, I'm ready for that. I'm prepared for that. I'm not freaking out about that. My plan is in place. And I've got a couple buddies that as soon as something comes out, boy, they're like, man, they want to put their gas masks on and get their iodine ready and get everything going and board up their windows. And I'm like, chill out. We're ready for this. Chill out. So I think that helps me keep my sanity, T, when that kind of stuff happens. And I'm kind of up to date with it. That's my take on it.
I mean, and I, it's so hard. There is a very thin line to find that happy medium, that yin and yang, when it comes to keeping up with what's going on in the world with the politics internationally, domestically, all this kind of stuff, and keeping a sound mind on your own well-being mentally. Because here's a prime example. I grew up with the Amish, right? Went to work for them when I was real young. Those guys don't have a lick clue as to what's going on in the world. Not a single one. They didn't know the C word, good old COVID. They didn't know it existed. They just don't. And you know what? They've got their shit together. Like they've got the food under control. They've got the livestock under control. They make tons. I know more millionaires that are Amish than I do English guys like you and I that are millionaires.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
never know it.
Just in land value alone, for the love of God. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. It's funny you mention that because up here we have a fairly big Amish community, and we have one of the biggest turnouts in this presidential election of Amish voting for the GOP. And so when you scare the Amish, you're screwed up. When they, you know what I mean? When they start to get worried, shoot.
Like, as well as I do, like they were in a Mickey D's watching that television that's in there. Cause we used to stop at McDonald's and you couldn't pull them away from that TV. They'd be like, "Muda Kripe, Bob, did you see what they just said?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard what they said there, Yoder, Enos, it's time to go. We got a barn to finish framing, I mean, that's a true story though. Like those dudes, they were like, let's go to Verste, let's go to Mickey D's. And they go in there and stare at that television. Yeah, they had to. That's bad. That's bad when the Amish see something and they wake up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like the world is imploding." Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I do try to keep everybody on kind of level ground and make sure we don't jump off of high buildings when all this propaganda gets spewed our way. I try to calm the tribe down a little bit.
Now, hold up here, Patrick 7. I am working on a new massive solar field that the Amish are putting in here in Michigan. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, the Pennsylvania Dutch, they're going to be mad because like Fort Wayne Amish, because they had cell phones, they were going to hell. That's what the Pennsylvania Dutch said about Fort Wayne, Indiana Amish. But these dudes are putting in a solar field like they're going to the 7th level of hell if they're doing that. Like, am I reading this right? The Amish are putting in a huge solar field?
Yes. So what's happening, since they own so much land, they're able to sell that. They still don't have AC or television in their houses, but they're selling that product back to the grid. So that's how they're able to justify it. I don't get it. I don't understand, but go on with yourselves.
I grew up with him. I grew up with him. I remember being as a driver, like, they literally told me, I was like, well, why don't you guys just drive? Because they lease the vans, right? They lease them. They don't buy them,
right?
But they lease them. And then I'm the driver, and I'm like, why don't you guys just drive the van? And they're like, well, just understand the devil is behind the wheel, so we can't be behind the wheel. I'm like, so I'm the devil? And they're like, well, basically. I'm like, okay, well, you're paying a bill. You can call me whatever you want me to. But this brings up a biblical verse. Maybe this is what they meant, and it says, "And the meek shall inherit the earth." Maybe the Amish, the meek, they're owning the earth. Like, these guys are building solar fields now. That's amazing. Yeah. First time I've heard that. What else do we got going on here? He says they wanted to buy all the houses in the area, but none of the non-Amish would sell. Now there are at least a dozen they're burning down houses.
Damn, you guys have pissed the Amish off. Look, don't piss the Amish off, man.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, there's some of them. That's some of them Detroit Amish is what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. That's some of them 8 Mile Amish.
Don't piss off Jeremiah. Damn,
man, 8 Mile Amish Mafia. Yeah, there was a story about that. I will tell you that the Amish, they are not. They ain't as meek as what everybody makes them out to be.
No.
Working with them. Man, we've got into so many fights on job sites and all kinds of stuff. It is insane. They will fight. Mm-hmm. Now, they may not always win. I remember I got invited to a crowd party. You know what crowd is? That's where all the young Amish is out partying in the middle of nowhere, just drunker than 10 men.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a driver and I'm young, and so I get in good with the young Amish. They're like, "Oh, Mudokrai boys, come out and go to the crowd with us. It'll be fun." I'm like, "All right, cool. Like where is it at?" And they give me an address. So I'm driving along, and I don't see no buggies. I don't see nothing. I see this huge barn though, and the closer I get to the barn, I've got my window down, and all of a sudden I hear, "Back in black, I hit the sand." AC/DC is just blaring out of this barn. I'm like, that's gotta be it. Like, Mudachai, there's only so many Amish barns that's got AC/DC playing inside. So I pull around the barn, and lo and behold, behind this barn, tucked in, they had 2 barns in an L shape, is like 400 buggies. And there is drunk Amish everywhere. They're just staggering everywhere. So I pull my truck in, and I jump out, and I'm met by 6 Amish who have a tire iron. And I'm like, "Hey, y'all, I'm supposed to be here." They're like, "Englishman, you ain't supposed to be here." I'm like, I'm almost slug this Amish right in his face.
Yeah,
And so we're about to throw down, and all of a sudden my crew come running out, and they're like, "Oh no, he's with us. He's our driver. He's cool." I go in, man, the best sound system I've ever seen, running off of batteries. Like, this thing. These guys should install sound systems. It was amazing. I've never seen, Rumpspringer. You got it. It's just like that. It's a party. Probably one of the funnest parties I've ever been to as well as a youth was a freaking Amish crowd party. Everybody is, they even had English clothes on, which it's funny because Amish, they look like Amish. I don't care what they wear. Like, they could put on like MC Hammer pants and stuff. They're still Amish. It doesn't even matter. But good times, man. Good times. Did that for like 6 years. Pretty crazy world, the Amish world. Yeah.
When are you going to start that book, T? When are you going to start that book, man? I'm telling you.
I need to. There's only room for so many writers in this world. And, that's where Pete and Franklin and Chris come in. I can't fit it in a schedule. Like, next Monday, I've got over 100 chickens I got to process. and package all up, and it's all sold. Most of it's sold. We got to make chicken sausage and all this stuff. I mean, we'll be processing all day and packaging and, doing all the things. And that's just one little thing that I do. Then I've got all the Mountain Readiness. I do construction. I still ain't fixed my truck. Still ain't even fixed my truck. The truck's still all jacked up. I just keep driving it. Tires are all bald. It's vibrating everywhere. I got a death rattle, a death wobble. I got to watch out. Still doing it. But man, give us a little tidbit, Brian, of the world. Where are we at in the world? What you got to leave us with?
Well, I thought it was great what Pete brought up. When he said, all his buddies are getting out their gas masks and, they're prepared foods and they're boarding up the windows. Everybody did that for a while with COVID. There's no reason to go jumping to extremes like that. And I know there were some people doing it recently here within the last few days with, Trump putting some submarines with nuclear capabilities, off the coast of Russia somewhere just in case. And you get those people who freak out. It's like when that time comes, it will be unmistakable. You'll know that's what you need to do. But, there isn't there's no reason to freak out and and rush the grocery stores and like with the big C where everyone freaked out and panicked for several weeks. Just make sure you're prepared. You're doing your thing. You got to make sure your own home, your own family's covered. That's what our community is all about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. Great. Well said, man. Well said. And that's the thing too is, guys, if you ain't started your prepping yet, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why there should be no run to the store. Like, I don't run to the store. I don't even like to go to the store. Like, I try to go like once a month if I possibly can. I've here these past few weeks, I've left this house like maybe twice, and I didn't even want to do that. But, at the same time, like, what are you guys doing? Get out there and get you some food stocked up and like on a budget. You can do it. You can do it, but don't be waiting till last minute. But what you got? What you got, Pete?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off of what Brian was saying, look, be prepared. Just don't let it get to you mentally, right? Don't freak out. This is what we do. We prepare. We're preparedness type people. Call us preppers, call us survivalists, call us whatever you want to do. But look, stay prepared. And it's not always for an emergency. Melissa leaves twice in the summer to go down south to stay with our daughter and check things at the house. And when she's gone, I eat pressure canned soup and corned beef hash, stuff that she had prepared that we bought for 40 cents a pound 2 years ago, right? So it's not always about an emergency. It's all about just kind of just doing what we do. Be prepared, but don't let it stress you out, as it was my point at the beginning. So yeah, don't let it stress you out. Just listen to it. Be ready. If something happens, be comforted that you're ready for it. And buy my books. Damn it.
Buy his books. So before I roll out of here, because there we go, people, right there. Scan that code. If you ain't scanned that code right there, scan it. Buy this man's books. You got to pay the bills. That's how he makes his living.
Got to keep mama fed.
That modeling career. Sometimes that's hit and miss. Sometimes that's hit and miss.
Mostly miss. Batting about 9%. If they'd have cut me from the AAA ball club if that was the case.
That's it. Good night, K-Love. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, thanks all of y'all for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for you two gentlemen, and I use the term loosely, for coming in here and being a part of this, because it makes it a good time. I always like hanging out, chit-chatting, catching up. Remember, guys, make sure if you ain't got your tickets, jump on there and there still could be some of those first 100 grab bags that are going to be insane awesome, which Pete is also contributing to, those bags with all the cool stuff in them, all that gear. So we got all kinds of cool people. Troy's Gate is throwing stuff in there now, giving discounts to the Troy's Gate facility. You will receive Rally Point 6 will be throwing some discounts that are good for classes coming up at a discounted rate. So it's going to be cool. But hey, you guys know the routine. Stay safe, stay ready, and we're going to close it on out. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Good night.
All right. Till next time. Where is my media? Man, where's Russ at? Where you at, Russ? We'll see y'all later.